us through the different stages and what they felt like.
Yeah,
I'm interested in
this
this.
particular virus, it happens in different stages, as you said. You get better before you get worse. So in my case, the first stage was I had the cold. Just a common cold. My nose was stuffy. I had ear problems, sinus problems, that sort of thing. But then you get better before you get worse. So I was getting better, and that's when I got hit with the flu.
Okay.
Now, I've had the flu half a dozen times, and this was probably the worst I've felt with that. It really was quite bad. It wasn't life-threatening, but I did feel terrible. With the flu, I was stuck in bed. I had a headache. I just generally feeling unwell. I was getting better from the flu, and that's when I got hit with pneumonia. Now, the pneumonia, I've never had that before, so that was quite serious for me, and that's the point I went to hospital.
And when you had the pneumonia, just describe to us, and we've all heard the word, but none of us, or most of us, don't know what it feels like. What did that feel like to you?
Yeah, so pneumonia, it feels like you've only got 20% of your lungs working. You can't take a full breath like you need to. If you stand up and go and walk into the kitchen, you're out of breath because you just can't get that breath. It also sounds like you're breathing through a bag. Your breath is very crackly and croaky. It generally is not a fun thing at all, and it can be very, very serious.
And you're young and you look healthy, so that must have been a really scary thing.
Yeah, during that time it was. Just because I don't really drink, I don't smoke, and having that problem was very scary, just because breathing's vital to life. If you can't breathe, you can't live. And so having that being affected was quite a serious thing.
How long have you now been living in this apartment, in this room that we can all see, in isolation?
I've been here for 40 days now, over 40 days. It's been a long 40 days.
Oh, shit.
And how does that feel, 40 days? Because you're on your own, right? You have a cat, but you're on...
I've been here for 3 years.
On your own. You're not living with other people.
Yeah. Well, with the technology age now, I can message somebody straight away all over the world. So it's not very lonely as such. I can speak to people on Facebook, on my phone, no problem with that. But the actual interpersonal interaction that I'm lacking, that definitely is taking a toll.
So do you miss the face-to-face contact with other people?
I do, yes, and many other people are in the same boat as well, because you go down on the streets, and normally this city is very vibrant, and there's a sense of life. You go on the streets at night, there's people dancing, people singing, people with families, and at the moment there's just nothing like that. Anybody that you do see, they have a mask on, they're going to do something and they go straight home. There's no lingering, there's no groups of people chatting. It's quite sad, really.
What about your mental health and the mental health of your people that you're communicating with in Wuhan?
Wait, within what? Within Wuhan? He's in China.
Mental health wise, we're all in the same boat. There's nothing we can do about it. So there's no point us being down or being unhappy. It's just, it is what it is. It will be gone soon. We'll get over it.
Do you imagine people in Britain living the same way that you're living at the moment because they have to, because of the rate of infection?
No, I don't. I think that lifestyle is very different here in China. There's no Western influence. It is completely foreign to what we would be used to. I believe that a lockdown of a week or maximum 2 weeks in the UK would be fine, but then people would be wanting to get out. People would be wanting breaking the curfew. And there's no way that the government could really stop them doing that.
So, considering what you've had to go through, do you think that eventually you will feel safer in China when it comes to the virus than if you were living in the UK?
Un panettone?
I believe yes and no. The city that I'm in.
Okay, what is this? What is that? Strange.